everyone, and welcome to The Wrap, brought to you by Michigan Medicine Headlines. I'm Dan Ellman with the Department of Communication.
And I'm Maggie Callahan, making my debut as Dan's co-host. Today, we're going to discuss ways in which you and your friends and family can help shape the future of healthcare at an upcoming career fair at Michigan Stadium.
Now, before we discuss that fair, you can get better acquainted with the organization by checking out any other episode of The Wrap you may have missed. You can find the shows on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or any other podcast hosting platform. New episodes debut weekly, can always be found on the Michigan Medicine YouTube channel and as part of the Headlines Week in Review.
On that note, let's bring in Ryan Brooks, Manager of Workforce Planning and Talent Acquisition at Michigan Medicine. Ryan, thanks for joining us today.
Hi, thanks for having me.
All right, now we all know that this has been a challenging time for any industry looking to hire. Can you tell us about the current hiring needs at Michigan Medicine and which areas are looking for new employees?
Absolutely. So it's really sort of all over the place, but I would say that the main areas where we've got a lot of opportunities right now are in our entry level and tech opportunities. So things like medical assistants, radiologic tech, pharmacy tech, endoscopy tech, dietetic tech. We also have a lot of entry level openings in our hospitality sectors. So areas like custodian, food service worker, cook. So if you're looking to begin a career in healthcare or at a hospital, this is actually a really great time to take a look at Michigan Medicine. We're hiring at all experience levels. So whether you've got experience or not, we probably have a job for you.
Awesome. What kinds of qualities help make an applicant successful?
Great question. I think one of the things that's really important, at least to me when I'm looking at applicants, is the connection to the mission. So we are a nonprofit academic medical center. Our focus is on patient outcomes and patient care and not necessarily profits. And so for candidates who feel extremely connected to wanting to do something good for the world and good for their community, I think the cultural fit is really good there. When it comes to actual skills, it does depend upon the position that you're applying for. But I think folks that meet minimum qualifications and can demonstrate that they're interested in making a difference in people's lives are exactly the kind of people that we want here.
So I know one of the cool things that the organization does is on-the-job training. So can you tell us a little bit about our philosophy behind on-the-job training and what kind of support Michigan Medicine offers to new hires?
Absolutely. So I think one of the key tenets of good hiring is that we want to hire people for sort of the characteristics that are really fundamental to them, that really are important. And then everything else we will train you on. So if it's possible to train you, we will train you. We have some programs, like we just started a pharmacy tech training program where you can have zero experience, never even walked inside a pharmacy in your life, and still be hired into our training program, get free classroom training where the training itself is free, but we're also paying your hourly rate while you're training. And then you're a pharmacy tech at the end of it, and you've got a job at Michigan Medicine. So I think it's the philosophy is let's hire good people and then let's train them with whatever skills they're lacking so that they can be excellent at their jobs.
For those on the fence or who already work here and don't actually know everything the organization offers, can you share some of the benefits and perks to being a Michigan Medicine employee?
Sure. So one of the first ones I would say is what I talked about a little bit ago, which is it's a wonderful organization that's doing really good things for the community. So if you want to work someplace where you can leave every day knowing that you've made a difference, and it doesn't even have to be direct patient care. I don't interact with patients. I still go to sleep every night knowing that the work I'm doing has made a difference in somebody's life, and probably in one of the worst times of their life. So that's a big one. We also have a very famous and excellent retirement package. So we do a 2-to-1 match. So for every dollar that you put in, Michigan Medicine will put in $2, which is just free money. And it's sort of unheard of and incredible. We've got excellent medical benefits. We've got great competitive PTO. We have tuition reimbursement and a number of other health and wellness benefits to make sure that you're thriving at work. It's not enough to just survive. We would like you to thrive.
I love what you said about, we don't have to be in direct patient care to make a difference, right? Like, I feel like I don't know how to do brain surgery, but people on campus do. And if I can tell their stories or help them do their jobs better, I'm helping that patient, right? Who
Yeah.
needs the assistance. And I think that's a big part of it on top of the benefits that you mentioned. So thank you for mentioning that. Can you talk about your current role at Michigan Medicine? What's been sort of one of your favorite hiring practices or hiring experiences so far?
Great question. So my role is manager of workforce planning and talent acquisition. So I have a team of excellent, talented recruiters who work every day to help our managers identify, attract, and hire the best talent for their open positions. I've been in the recruiting business for about 18 years now. It's sort of the only thing I've ever done. It's a passion of mine. I think that the feeling of offering a job to somebody that's their dream job and hearing that excitement in their voice when they accept is probably the best feeling that I've ever had in any job I've had. So, and that feeling never gets old. So, as many times as it's happened, I always get chills. I always get goosebumps when somebody is really making a choice that's going to be life defining for them. As far as experiences, I have to say that, this is kind of a cheat because I'm not really answering your question, but I cannot wait for our upcoming career fair. Having in-person events, since we haven't been able to do it for a few years now due to the pandemic, I think is something that's so exciting. It's so special. The place that we're doing it is special. So I'm just really looking forward to it.
That segues perfectly into the next question. Right?
It does. Can you please tell us the career fair and hiring event details one more time?
Absolutely. So we're kind of having two concurrent events at the same time. So one is going to be, and they're both in the same venue. So one is going to be your traditional career fair. So we're going to have a bunch of departments with tables and booths set up, ready with managers there, ready to talk to potential candidates who are coming to the event about what it is that they do and answer any questions. We'll have fun little giveaways for people. And we also encourage attendees to bring a bunch of copies of your resume and give them out to managers in departments that you think you might be interested in. It's going to be a great opportunity for networking, for learning more about Michigan medicine, for learning more about a particular career within Michigan medicine. And super excited for it. And then the other part of the event is what we're calling a hiring event or an on-the-spot interview and offer event. So there are select departments that are participating in that part of the event. It's free, by the way, to go to either one of these events or both of them. But if you sign up for the interviewing event, you'll also sign up for some time slots. They're 30-minute time slots, and you can sign up for up to 2 of those. And you are guaranteed in that 30-minute time slot an interview with a manager from that department. And we're also, in certain cases, going to be making on-the-spot job offers. So you could come to this event, sit down and have an interview with somebody, walk out with a piece of paper that says, I have a job. So we're really excited about both portions of this event. And again, if you come, you can come to both of them. You can come to one. And it's going to be an amazing opportunity to not only learn more about Michigan medicine, but potentially leave with a job. The last thing I'll mention is that it's at Michigan Stadium, or the Big House, which is actually super exciting. I got to walk through the Jack Ross Stadium Club, which is where the event will be, a few weeks ago. It's above the field with these amazing big glass windows that look straight down onto the field. So it's actually just a really cool spot to be in. So if you're just interested in coming and checking out the stadium, that's also a decent reason to come.
Yeah, great views involved, huh? It sounds like an amazing event. Thank you so much, Ryan, for sharing this information. And hopefully our listeners either consider attending this fair themselves or passing it along, right? We want them to pass along this opportunity to family and friends who may be interested in joining Michigan medicine. So if you want to learn more about the upcoming career fair that will take place October 1st, go to mmheadlines.org. That's mmheadlines.org.
Okay, Ryan, it's time for the lightning round, where we ask our guests 4 quick fire questions that they have not seen before. Are you ready to go?
I'm nervous, but I'm ready.
Okay.
So we've talked a lot about careers on this podcast. If you weren't doing what you do today, what would you consider to be your dream job?
Oh, okay. I've been in bands for most of my life. And when I was in college, I was absolutely convinced that I was going to be a rock star. So I think it's rock star is going to be my answer.
What do you play or do you sing?
Guitar and sing.
Wow.
Oh,
I-
it could happen. It could happen at any time.
Never too late. It's never too late.
Okay, next question. What is one piece of advice you would give to young people looking to start a career in healthcare?
I think that the most important thing is not to be too worried about where you start. So I believe that this is sort of a getting your foot in the door thing, but there are so many good entry-level opportunities within, specifically within Michigan medicine, that'll give you a taste of what it's like to work in healthcare, to deal directly with patients. This is for some people and it's not for others. And so give it a shot. If you're interested in healthcare, if you're interested in helping people out, there are a lot of different opportunities that you can go into to start your career.
That's great. All right, this will be it's an either or question, a little bit easier for you. It's officially fall later this week, and I hope the temperatures actually drop so it feels like fall. But what do you prefer, pumpkin spice products or apple cider?
Without a doubt, apple cider.
I'm with you on that one. Absolutely.
I think I might be too.
I don't get the
It
craze
might just
about
be a
pumpkin
little
spice.
bit. It's just a little bit overdone, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly it. Yep.
Another, kind of softball question. If you had a free night at home, would you rather read a book, watch TV, or watch a movie?
Oof. I feel like the answer I'm supposed to give is read a book, but I'm going to say that the actual real answer is watch TV. And it's going to be I don't have cable TV, but I have Netflix, Hulu, every single one of those streaming things. And my list of things that there are to watch is just keeps getting longer. So it's definitely watch TV.
It's amazing how much TV has changed. The idea of what TV is has changed in the last, I feel like only 5 or 6 years. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you believe we used to mail Netflix stuff back? Remember that?
Yep, absolutely.
Isn't that so wild?
I used to remember being very good at forgetting to mail them back.
Yeah. But that was the great thing. There wasn't a date that you had to return it by, right? Because you just wouldn't get your next DVD until you sent it back. But it wasn't Blockbuster where you were getting fines. For not bringing back or rewinding the tape. If I'm really going to show my age.
Goodness.
Oh man.
Well, thank you so much, Ryan, for being a good sport and playing along today. And thank you for sharing all the information about the upcoming career fair at Michigan Stadium. Once again, if you want to learn more details about that event, go to mmheadlines.org. That's mmheadlines.org.
And while you're there, check out other featured stories from this week. For instance, faculty and staff nominated the colleagues they consider to be the MVPs at Michigan Medicine. And readers got to know Devin Lippert, the Administrative Director for the Office of Patient Experience. Find those stories and more at mmheadlines.org. All
right, Maggie. Now, you mentioned at the top of the show that this is your first time co-hosting the podcast. And in fact, you actually haven't been part of the Department of Communication for very long. So can you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself, what your current role is, and what you used to do at Michigan Medicine?
Absolutely. Thanks, Dan. I have been with the team. This is week 4. So you guys are throwing me right into the fray of having me co-host the podcast, but it's been wonderful so far. So I am now the communications manager for human resources, and I'm very excited to be part of the Department of Communications and our human resources teams. So really, I'm just looking forward to getting employees to feel more engaged with the work that they do at Michigan Medicine. So I was with the Office of Development for 2.5 years in a stewardship role. So helping tell the story about what donor money does for our patients and faculty and staff. And before that, I was a writing professor. So the great part about what Ryan was saying earlier is that it's true. The culture at Michigan Medicine is very inviting, and it does feel like what we do makes a difference. When I was in grad school at LSU and I was given projects, Michigan Medicine and U of M were the 2 places I benchmarked us against constantly. So it's very exciting to be part of such a fantastic institution where people really believe the mission. So
Yeah, I love that. And I love hearing that it's not just a perspective from inside, right? That we're a great organization,
yeah,
but from the outside too. People really look at Michigan Medicine and look up to Michigan Medicine and everything we do and everything our faculty, staff, and learners are doing every day. So
yeah.
thank you for sharing that perspective.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for the weekly trivia contest. This week's question is, where did Devin Lippert used to work before coming to Michigan Medicine? Once again, where did Devin Lippert used to work before coming to Michigan Medicine? She is the new administrative director of the Office of Patient Experience and had a Q&A in this week's headlines. So check it out, find the answer, and send it to headlines@med.umich.edu for the chance to win a prize.
That's all the time we have this week. Thank you, Ryan, for joining us. And thanks, as always, to all of our listeners and viewers for everything you do for our patients and each other.
We'll see you next week.